Today on the panel, we're here to discuss the future of electric vehicles. And what most people don't understand is there's a lot more to electric vehicles than lithium. And to help discuss this today, on my panel, I have Iggy Tan, who is the CEO and Managing Director of Altech Chemicals, and Sarah Lenard, partner at Advisir. Iggy and Sarah, welcome to the panel.
Thank you for having us.
Iggy, I'll start with you if you don't mind. In a recent article, Market Herald discussed the future of European vehicle manufacturing. What are your thoughts on the industry as a whole?
Well, this is an exciting area of the EV story. I don't know whether you're aware, Craig, but the European automakers are really pushing into electric vehicles. And part of the reason for that is that the EU has a target of 95 grams of CO2 per kilometre for European automakers. So consequently, you see manufacturers like VW, BMW are now launching EV models all over the place to get to that target.
Mm-hmm. So what other materials go into lithium batteries? And if you don't mind me asking, what role does Altech Chemicals play in the manufacturing of EVs?
So in a lithium battery, people focus on lithium, but there are many types of materials and minerals that go into a lithium battery. For example, graphite is in the anode. In the cathode, they have materials like iron, phosphate, nickel, cobalt, etc. In the batteries, there are plastic separators. And what they found is that by putting high purity alumina in these separators, it's actually improving battery safety.
Sarah, you've got many ASX listed clients in this space. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think to Iggy's point, it's not just lithium. And one of the interesting things, certainly, I think that we've seen over the last few years is just the efficiency in the energy and the production of these batteries. If we step back a few years ago, the cost to produce a battery was $1,000 per kilowatt hour. And now we're looking at an average cost of around $100. So when you quantify that by the forecast estimate of vehicles on the road in the 10s and the 20s and the 30 million vehicles and the batteries that go into these vehicles, if you take one element such as HPA, which is used to coat these batteries, the market opportunity is well into the billions. So it's certainly an exciting time for the, again, not just the lithium producers.
Iggy, if you don't mind me asking, how do Australian companies leverage this opportunity in Europe?
So the EV sector in Europe is interesting because companies like VW are retooling something like 16 factories from their normal diesel petrol engine towards electric vehicles. And VW said, we want all our materials to come from the EU sector and to be less reliant on Asia. So the opportunity for Australian companies is providing all these materials for the lithium-ion battery sector and the EV sector. That is the new market.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about the future of batteries.
The next generation of batteries, I don't know whether you heard, it most probably will be solid-state batteries. So in a lithium battery, there is an anode and a cathode, and there is an organic solution that contains lithium ions. A solid-state battery is when you don't have that organic solution and it's packed with solid materials. And what you can do from that is you can then change the anode material to lithium metal, which gives you the next stage of energy density. And so Sarah was talking about the cost of batteries coming down to about $100. It will take the next stage when you go towards solid-state batteries. And the good news for us is that high purity alumina is used in solid-state batteries, but maybe 2 or 3 times more than the current batteries.
Sarah, how should Australian resource investors think about this opportunity?
There's 3 critical elements, and the first element is to think about the entire supply chain. So not just lithium, you've got cobalt, you've got copper, you've got dysprosium with producers like Northern Minerals, but you've also got the subsidiary services that support that supply chain, like onshore energy producers like ADX Energy. So I think it's very important to think the big picture here, not just the obvious. And second, I think that one of the key elements too is the maintaining of these batteries. And Australia is certainly leading the way in terms of the infrastructure as an asset class. And when we look at what Macquarie has done with airports and roads, think that will be a key element for Australian businesses, and certainly we are primed and well positioned to lead the way. And finally, there's a big focus on obviously the manufacturing EVs, but also we need to start considering the tens upon tens of millions of electric vehicle batteries that will at some point in the future reach end of life. So scrapping them, reusing them and recycling them will be a key component, and certainly an opportunity for Australian businesses, which they're already at the forefront on. And part of this as well will be subject of a report that we'll be producing from Advisir shortly. So all in all, there is a huge opportunity from the entire supply chain of electric vehicles and batteries. And it's certainly one that I think we've only just scratched the surface of.
Absolutely.
All right, some exciting times ahead. Iggy, Sarah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.